Hello YouTube, Shadow Walker 1776. We're back here today with a review of a rifle this time. What we're going to be looking at tonight is the AR-7 survival rifle as made by Henry Arms. This is an interesting firearm. It was originally developed in 1958 by Eugene Stoner, more famously known for the M16 design that he did. It was designed for the United States Air Force as a survival weapon. That's what makes this kind of interesting. There are a lot of guns out there that people talk about are excellent for survival purposes, but this is one firearm that was designed from the ground up solely for the purpose of survival. I have one because I have a need for a survival rifle, and it fit my needs perfectly. As someone who likes to go kayaking, it easily stores in a kayak, it easily stores in the car, easily stores in the bug out bag, all because the entire firearm is contained inside the buttstock. So let's get to the firearm itself. As you see it here, all collapsed and stowed in the buttstock, it is 16.5 inches in length. The entire firearm weighs 3.5 pounds. It has a 16-inch barrel, and when it's assembled, it is 35 inches long. It is a semi-automatic, which is a simple blowback action. Now, the Air Force really didn't make a whole lot of use of this. They apparently bought some because B-47 crews did report that in the late 50s, early 60s, it was part of their bailout supplies. But let's get together and look at this, and I'll show you how it goes together. First off, in order to assemble it, they claim when it's all closed up like this that it is it floats. I've never had a chance to find out. But you take the buttstock and you pull it off. And it is on snugly. Here's all the components. Now, just so that everybody knows, this gun is unloaded. I'm just not spending the taping time to demonstrate a safety check. Basically because as I put this together, you'll realize there's no shells in the gun. Secondly, I don't even have a single shell in this room where I'm recording right now. But first thing that comes out is the action. Now, one magazine it comes with is stored in the action. It's an 8-round magazine. And it comes with 2 magazines, which are stored in the buttstock. I went ahead and bought a 3rd magazine because there was a slot for it, so I have a total of 3, but it comes from the factory with 2. And last but least, we have the barrel. So there are the components. Now to put it together, I would go ahead and put the buttstock back on. I first start by assembling the action to the buttstock. You can see here it's cut out for it. I merely set it in. I like to turn it over so the gravity does it for me, and I just carefully rotate this. There. Until it stops. I do not force it. I don't want to strip it. I'm doing this in such a way that the camera can view it, not how I normally put together, so it's not going together as quickly as it a lot of times does. There it is. You can see the face of the bolt. Like I said, it is not loaded. Next, you want to put the barrel on. Right here. Get my finger out of the way. Right here, you will see that there is a notch cut into it where the threads are. On the barrel, you will see there's a pin on the barrel. You barely drop the barrel in until the pin goes in the slot. You push down because the bolt's there. And yes, I own a dog. And then I just finger tighten it. I would be very careful about muscling this down. So once you got it together, you would insert a magazine. This is the charging handle. Pull back, release, and you're set to go. Like I said, you have 8 rounds. On the side here is the safety. Pulls to the back for safe, pushes forward to fire. The sights on this are a rear aperture, and you can unloosen the screw here. It will give you a little adjustage for elevation, or you can turn the whole thing around. There is a smaller aperture at the bottom end. It does have a rail here that will accept a scope or a red dot type sight. I chose not to have one because once I put it on there, I wouldn't be able to take it apart and stow it in the buttstock, and that was the whole reason behind buying this versus a AR-7 or versus like a 1022 or something. The front sight is plastic. It's orange. This can be pushed with a little bit of thumb pressure, left or right, for windage. I don't want to push on it right now because the rifle has been sighted in. The action and the barrel on this are Teflon coated, so they will resist rust. So if you're looking for to add a 22 to your prepping or your bug out bag, or want to have a rifle along with you if you're a pilot, or if you want one for your boat, these are reliable. They've been around since 1959. They're a proven design. The Israeli military bought them for their pilots. Some of them were used by ours, so they have a long history and life. Like I said, they weigh 3.5 pounds. Like I said, I've been standing here talking with this in one hand, so you can tell that it's not real heavy. So I hope you find this useful. As always, if you have a question, please feel free to drop me a line or leave a message, and if I can, I'll answer. So thank you for joining me tonight. Hope this was useful. Please subscribe, and as always, watch your 6.